come on in. Welcome back. Well, we got Judy's clutch purse finished. So, next up on my list of the 3 things that I want to get done before the end of the year. It's got Big Keith's antique radio case that's coming in next. And I've been kind of playing around with some stuff. Not real sure yet where all it's going to go. But I started with this cover piece first. But what I've been playing around with is this is just single layer. It appears to be cardboard. So in my searches to try to find that, we've discovered that everything cardboard is corrugated, so you can't get a solid piece of cardboard, I guess, anymore. So anyway, what can I substitute for the cardboard to build the liner or the interior out of? You can see this is all just cardboard. So I got a piece of 7/8 ounce belt grade leather, and comparing it to the thickness, it's heavier than what this center piece is, but I think I can use a 4 or 5 ounce for that. But there are some pieces in here that are pretty much the same width as what this belt grade is. But what I'm thinking is I'll use, sorry if I keep bumping you, you're sitting here beside me, but you can see here, that's just pretty doggone close. So I think I'm going to use a 7/8 ounce because it's pretty stiff. It's going to be pretty rigid. I think that'll work for the thicker pieces. And then I'll try some 4 or 5 ounce for the for these other thinner pieces, see how those do. But then this the exterior portion of the case, it's also got somewhat of a lining in it, and it's all glued together and still stitched, so I can't really separate it well enough to get an idea of how thick it is. I think what I'm going to do with it, and also got this from Tandy Leather. It's called Stiffback, if you don't remember from my last video. It's for lining purses and things of that nature that you want to get have a little bit of backbone to it. So I think I'm going to use it in these areas here. See how that does. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'm having to just kind of excuse me, I'm having to just kind of figure this out as I go of what I can substitute for the interior. And then this front cover piece too, this here, That's more of a 4 or 5 ounce thickness there, so I think I can get a. I haven't made up my mind yet if I'm going to try on the thinner pieces. I'm going to try to glue two of these pieces of stiff back together and see if they'll give me the thickness. Part of me saying I want to use this stiff back instead of using the leather, except for the thicker pieces. That 7/8 ounce Belgrade leather is plenty stiff enough. Like I can come in here on this piece here. It's just almost the same thickness as what this piece of cardboard is. So I wonder, think we could use that. I'm going to try to build this interior skeleton first so I can get it matched just as closely as I can. But my idea of using the stiff back is it's almost like a cardboard. You know, I mean, it does have some give to it. I'm wondering, like on these pieces here, it appears to be 2 layers, and they just cut through that one layer to allow it to have a little fold over flap of some kind, if you will. So I wonder, could we take 2 pieces of this stiff back and do the same thing? See what we could come up with doing that. As you can see, they did the same thing down here and then on this end as well to create this little box. But I think I'm going to try to get this built first. Give me a skeleton, if you will, and then we'll start working with the leather part of it. I've still got to get the hardware from Big Keith. He's supposed to have another case that he's going to sacrifice the hardware off of it, as he took the metal pieces for the hand, the carrying latch. He took those home, and he's going to try the metrology rust remover method, electrolysis or whatever it's called. But he's afraid that some of it's pretty far gone. So what we're concerned with is when he goes to take all this rust and stuff off of these metal pieces, is the entire piece just going to dissolve in the in the solution or not? We don't know. But some of it's pretty far gone. So he's got another case there that a little bit worse shape even than what this one is. So he's going to sacrifice but ironically, the metal pieces that are in it are in pretty good shape according to him. So what I've got to do, I've already looked at Tandy. I'm going to try to mimic these little rivet buttons. This is what it would sit on a desk or tabletop or whatever. We were not able to match anything at Tandy, even close. One of the people that worked there said that on occasion when he's tried to find specialty stuff, there's a hardware company that's been in existence since I think 1900. They've been around a very long time, called Ace Hardware. And he said he has had some success in the past on going. Evidently they've got a specialty section that has the oddball or some oddball pieces. So I'm going to give that a try and see how lucky I can get with that. What I've got so far, I'm going to see if I can get the skeleton built first, and then when I get to the leather part of it, I've been playing around with different grades of leather, and the 02, 03 seems to be the way to go for the exterior portions of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do with it. And then what I did for the color to match the gray, or as close as I can get to it anyway. Now keep in mind, this is the original leather. So what used to be gray is now a very dirty gray. But I think what I'm going to do is I took a bottle of my black acrylic and a bottle of my white acrylic, and I just mixed them together until I came up with a color of gray that wasn't too dark. I left it a little bit lighter to start with, but I think this is too light. This favors more of a silver in my opinion. So I think I'm going to target this color here for the exterior of it. He wanted to see if we could match the gray on it. He liked it really well. So that's what we're going to try to do there. And then for the name on here, the Motorola, I think my little machinist stamps that I showed before, these ones on the bottom are going to be too big, but my smaller set right here, I think those letters right there, that's going to be about as close as I can get to it without being too big. So I think I'm going to try to come across this piece of leather here and get the name back on it, but I cannot find I can't find any of that silver. I can find a silver acrylic, but these, as you can tell, they're just impressions. They don't have any background or anything to them that you can color. And there's no way I'm going to be 66 years old. There's no way I'm going to be steady enough to try to go in there and color that little bitty letter. Not even going to attempt it. So I think what we're going to have to do on that is what I may try to do is take a scrap piece of leather. Excuse me again. Wow. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'll go across and spell out Motorola on a scrap piece of leather. And then instead of silver, I may try to just come across it with some white. They try to put some super sheen on it, and get the white to just sink in, just settle into the little letter itself. I'm going to try that and see how that goes. But anyway, that's where we're going to start on it. I'm going to get that rib cage, or the skeleton as I'm calling it, get it done first. And then we'll see if we can start piecing this thing together, see how it comes out. It's the first time I've ever even tried to do a restoration, but I'm not seeing anything other than the Motorola name, and maybe if we can't match the hardware on it, see how close I can come to it, to the original, see what I can find. And then we'll start piecing it together, see how it comes out. So anyway, that's next. So welcome aboard for this little adventure. We'll just step our way through it for those of you that are interested in doing something like this. This ought to be fun. So anyway, with that, as always, Judy and I like to always end with don't be mean. If you're not willing to treat Jesus that way, then let's not treat each other that way. We're here to have fun, make some stuff out of leather, try some new things that we haven't done before, and see where it goes. That's how you grow. That's how you learn it. Little tricks of the trade come along with doing stuff like this right here. So don't be afraid of it. So with that, I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to get these pieces. I'm going to start getting these pieces cut for here, and then we'll start putting it together, and we'll see where it goes. So, alrighty, until next time, adios.